We've been on a journey to get a better understanding of what Australian manufacturing and what Australian made means. And it all comes down to collaboration. So have a listen to what these champions of industry have to say. So one of the things that when we talk about our relationship working together in business is that the honesty we have.
The relationship we've had together, developed over the years, has been fantastic. The level of trust in a relationship is what makes it, and the confidence that we can have being frank with each other and just say, okay, someone else has come forward with presenting this or whatever for this part, we continue our developments in other areas.
And that transparency is really what's been fantastic about it. We might not be able to do it, but we can get someone else can do it to give you the end result.
We can be very good at what we do, but we're not good at everything. So in building a product going forward, outsourcing to utilise technology and expertise in other businesses to then bring in those components to support what we're good at in putting the augers together and getting them to market.
For me, we talk about the art of engineering. There's an art in all of it.
And I can see your enthusiasm and your creativeness and agility to look at new ideas and challenge the status quo. That energy is what goes right through the Bertazzo business, and it opens a lot of doors when we can work with guys like you just to improve what we do.
It comes down to that collaboration to secure that future, to make sure that we still do have that manufacturing industry in Australia, isn't it?
That's true.
So Brett, Wilson Transformer, particularly in the last 10 years for us, has been a major component for our growth.
I think you have changed your business along the way to meet the demands of our business. And that's what partnering is all about. There's always times where there's challenges between the businesses, and we know that. But I think as we move forward, it's more about collaborating and getting the best value for our capital investment. And exactly what we've done together is you've invested on the back of commitment from us, and we'll continue to invest, and that will provide you work for the next 5, 10, 25 years. And we know that that has flow-on benefits for us. You might buy some more cutting equipment. We might decide that we don't ever need to buy cutting equipment again. So we can use those capital resources to go and buy other product or other plant and equipment that will help with our journey to make more transformers.
And that comes down to it. That's where we can build a sustainable Australian manufacturing, isn't it? By that pure partnership between companies and governments and everything else from there. Rachel, the question asked to me when we're talking about the art of engineering. What does that mean to me and what does it mean to you?
I think you can only work with companies that are aligned to your own values. You've got the design phase, which you guys have heaps of resource. So you've got the mechanical design, there's a product safety element. We've got products with different allergens in them. So we've got to make sure things are clean and they're designed in a clean way so we don't have product being held up in pipework, because you see all the stainless and it looks all nice and shiny, but there is so much more to it than that. It just makes me think of that valve manifolds that we put in. We did it in a timely manner within budget and time frame, and when you look at them, they do look like a piece of art.
They're pretty spectacular, aren't they?
So there's such an opportunity to grow our community and collaborate on that level so that we get the right solutions and become innovative and sustainable and make a better world.
So Stuart, when we talk about that collaboration on where we've come from with CSC and the Bertazzo partnership.
Our business has evolved into a way where we're focusing on the customer solutions and we leave the manufacturing to you guys. We know that if we come to you and say we want it welded this way, it's going to happen that way every time. If we say we need to use this type of wire, it's going to happen. The other thing is security. Security of delivery, of parts, but also security of our IP. I would not be keen to send our IP for these things overseas.
Well, that's interesting because it's the first time we've really come up with IP. So it's sovereignty that we need to keep it within ourselves is really important.
That's the only way to guarantee that we'll still be here going forward.
John, we're talking about collaborating together to build that sustainable Australian made and the sustainable manufacturing.
I think there's a big future. I mean, I've got a big picture out there. I believe myself we can build products to export.
Absolutely.
And basically the relationship we have to build is we need to adapt quick. The quicker you can adapt, I think the further in front you are. But you need a good business beside you to do that. We used to rely on the European market a lot. I don't believe that's the way we should head. I think we should be innovating our own for the Australian conditions. Australian made is a fantastic product. The ever-growing market of fresh fruit is finding different demands from consumers. If we don't adapt to what the consumer or, say, the managers that manage the properties want, there's no point.
So Tony, when we come and have a look at what we've worked together on, it's one of those classic examples, what we're talking about, the Australian innovation. The Defence Force had a problem, you decided we needed to solve that, sat down together and came up with what we find is a viable solution.
The deployable bullet trap is simply a tool that we can place on a range where we are capturing everything that originates from that bullet striking a target.
So there's the lead, there's copper,
Correct.
propellant.
Yep, everything. The key aspects that we discussed some time ago now was safety and environment. Safety for the soldiers that are engaging steel targetry, the encapsulation of splash and fragmentation, and then further the environmental aspects.
For you and I, it was a perfect collaboration. I mean, where do you see that as the future for Australian manufacturing?
We can't do it in isolation, Ray. We'll have an idea, but to carry that idea through, we need that specialist support that you've provided for us, and that's how we're moving forward.
Raymond, there's no better feeling than seeing the process of manufacturing from design to fabrication to electrical, and then at the end you see a quality, innovative product, and we export around the world.
How have you found working for Bertazzo and our team?
It has been a long-term relationship, and what we do there is we're utilising your expertise in your facility to complement what we do here to come up with the equipment that we build. I think between companies like Flavortech and Bertazzo's, we can come together and build on each other's strengths.
Something that we're really not good at and we have to do is we have to celebrate how good we are at doing all that here in Australia.
Yeah, look, Raymond, we need to celebrate what we build and feel some pride within ourselves that, hey, we are on the world stage. We can do it just as good, if not better, between the collaboration between ourselves and other manufacturers in Australia.
And that's our future.
And that's our future long term.